As the first rays of sunlight touch the horizon, the peaceful fishing village of Leyte awakens to a new day. The air is filled with the sound of waves softly kissing the shore and the distant calls of seagulls. Fishermen, their silhouettes outlined against the orange sky, prepare their wooden boats for another long journey into the vast Pacific Ocean. The salty wind carries a familiar sense of purpose, for this routine is as old as the village itself. Fathers and sons work side by side, carefully untangling fishing nets and checking the bamboo outriggers of their boats. For generations, this has been their way of life, a bond between man and the sea, built on trust, skill, and patience. Each family depends on the day's catch not only for food but also for survival, selling fish at the local market to earn a modest living. The sea provides, but it also demands respect. The fishermen know its moods, when to set sail, and when to stay ashore. As the boats drift into the glowing horizon, the village women prepare baskets for the returning catch, and children watch their fathers fade into the misty distance. Here, the ocean is more than just water, it is a living companion, a teacher, and a provider. For the people of Leyte, every sunrise is a promise of hope, a reminder that as long as the sea endures, so too will their way of life. As the day grows warmer, the scene shifts from the coastline to the heart of the Philippine countryside, where endless fields stretch beneath the blue sky. In Nueva Ecija, known as the rice bowl of the Philippines, farmers begin their work long before the sun reaches its peak. Wearing wide straw hats and rolled-up trousers, they wade barefoot through muddy paddies, planting young rice shoots one by one. The air is thick with humidity, yet their rhythm never falters. Each movement is a symbol of patience, discipline, and love for the land. Farming here is not merely an occupation, it is a tradition that binds families and generations together. Beside the rice, other crops like corn, sugarcane, and coconut sway gently in the breeze, forming a patchwork of green and gold across the landscape. Simple bamboo houses line the edges of the fields, where women prepare meals and children play under the shade of mango trees. As the farmers pause to wipe the sweat from their brows, they look over the fields with pride, knowing that their hard work will soon feed thousands. Life in the countryside is quiet but meaningful, built on faith, labor, and the hope of a good harvest. Though the rewards are modest, the farmers of the Philippines find strength in their connection to the earth, for every seed they plant is not just food for the table, but a promise of life for their families and their nation. As night fades and the morning rush begins, the bustling streets of Manila come alive with energy and noise. Jeepneys painted in bright colors weave through traffic, honking as they pick up passengers hurrying to work. Street vendors set up their stalls, selling everything from hot pandesal bread to freshly brewed coffee. The city hums with life, a place where dreams and determination collide every single day. Inside tall glass buildings, office workers sit before glowing computer screens, answering calls from across the world in busy call centers. In the markets, shopkeepers arrange fruits, clothes, and electronics, hoping to attract customers. Construction workers, their faces glistening with sweat, labor under the sun to build the next skyscraper. Manila is not just a city, it is a living, breathing engine of opportunity for millions of Filipinos. People come from distant provinces to find work, carrying with them hopes of a better future. The rhythm of the city never stops, from the early morning chaos to the glowing neon lights at night. Though life here is fast and often difficult, it teaches resilience, creativity, and the art of survival. Every jeepney driver, vendor, clerk, and office worker plays a role in keeping the city alive. For many, Manila represents a place of endless hustle, where challenges are great, but dreams shine even brighter amid the concrete towers and crowded streets of the Philippine capital. Every year, countless Filipinos leave their homeland in search of better opportunities abroad. They are called overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs, modern-day heroes whose sacrifices sustain millions of families back home. From nurses caring for patients in Europe and the Middle East to seafarers navigating vast oceans, from engineers building cities in the Gulf to caregivers tending to the elderly in Canada, their presence is felt in nearly every corner of the world. The decision to leave is never easy. Behind every departing flight at Manila's airport are tearful goodbyes, whispered prayers, and promises to return. These workers endure loneliness and homesickness, missing birthdays, family dinners, and milestones, all to provide a brighter future for their loved ones. Each month, their earnings are sent back home as remittances, money that pays for food, school fees, and sometimes the building of a new house. Yet beyond financial help, their work carries emotional strength and national pride. Their courage has become part of the Filipino identity, hardworking, compassionate, and resilient. Even far from home, they keep their traditions alive, cooking Filipino dishes and celebrating local festivals abroad. And when they finally come home for a short vacation, they are greeted like heroes, their arms full of gifts and hearts full of love. The story of the OFWs is one of sacrifice and hope, a reminder that while distance may separate them, their hearts always belong to the Philippines. Across the islands of the Philippines, from the fishermen by the sea to the farmers in the fields and the workers in the cities, one spirit binds them all, the spirit of Bayanihan, the Filipino tradition of unity and helping one another. No matter how difficult life becomes, Filipinos face challenges with smiles, faith, and courage. When a storm destroys a home, neighbors come together to rebuild it. When someone falls ill, friends and relatives share what little they have. This collective strength is what keeps the nation alive through every hardship. In every corner of the country, people work tirelessly, not just for themselves, but for their families and communities. Whether casting nets, planting rice, or serving abroad, they all share the same dream, to create a better life filled with dignity and hope. The Philippines may face poverty, disasters, and struggles, but its people never lose heart. Their laughter echoes through villages and cities alike, their songs carry stories of perseverance and pride. For them, work is more than a means to survive, it is an expression of love and devotion. As the sun sets over the archipelago, painting the sky in shades of gold and crimson, families gather together to share a meal and gratitude for another day. This is the soul of the Filipino people, resilient, compassionate, and unbreakable, forever united by their hope for a brighter tomorrow.